Hello and welcome back to the Scaled Up or Down podcast. Still haven't figured that out, but I'm Tony and this is...
Stewart, hello again. Welcome back. Episode 2.
Episode 2, we made it this far.
We have. So I know we've got thousands of listeners out there that are keen for this update, so we're going to try and make these weekly just so we can send them out. We've had a lot of feedback actually. Again, at least one person commented to say that whilst the imagery was excellent, a lot of people did actually pick that up and say it was resoundingly brilliant. But what we forgot was quite obviously the reveal. So while we were talking about it, we said, here's a... Christ, I can't even remember what we took pictures of last week now, whatever it was. But then we didn't actually show you what it really looked like. So you could never get that feel of, here's the close-up, here's the reveal. So, alas, this week, you lucky guys, we've got it. So we've got close-ups and not close-ups.
We've got scaled up and scaled down.
Exactly.
But I guess that is... what's that saying about fruit? So you're learning from your mistakes. Something about the fruit.
Don't eat rotten fruit.
Something
prevailing.
Something like that. Well, we'll figure that out.
I don't think that's the same, but okay. Something about fruit. Probably got some images of fruit maybe actually this week. I don't know. Have we?
Well, actually, just on that subject. So we both took some photos.
We did.
But we've only got one person's photos today.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that?
Well, I forgot to bring the card with me, didn't I?
Yeah, I guess in a way, I mean, long story short, I actually went to Stuart's house, forgot some things, had to go back, so I'm just as bad. I'm forgetful.
Yeah, but there's something for them to the viewers and listeners to look forward to next week. Wow, what did Tony take photos of?
Can Tony take photos?
Can he? And are they better than Stuart's? Probably not, because I am pretty mastered. I have mastered the blurry photo.
Yeah. But on that note, on the blurry photo note, on your screens you'll be able to see the mystery photo from last week, which neither of us knew which was, and you were the one that took the photo.
Exactly. So I took this, and I had absolutely no idea what it was. I completely forgot all about it. It was that long ago. So in the prep for this week, I was just again in the kitchen, floating around the drawers, looking at things to take pictures of, and I saw what it was that I took a picture of, and I remembered. So I think I told you. Well, no, I didn't tell you what it was because we didn't know. I mean, do you want to try and have a guess of what you think it might be? I think you said something about knives on a ceiling in a shed or something last week.
Yeah, Freddy Krueger's shed. To be honest, the more I look at it, it looks like broken glass, but there's no way you'd be keeping that in a drawer.
No.
So why don't we call this segment, you said it before, the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room.
So if there's one we don't find, jingle. The elephant in the room. So yeah, I'm going to go with shattered glass or plastic.
No, quite the opposite actually. So it's not sharp at all. It is actually really super soft even. Soft. It's a brush that I bought to do some stenciling in my toilet wall.
Wow.
And never got round to it.
Can I just say that picture quality is superb.
In comparison to the close-up, it looks like quite a nice picture, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It looks like I can use a camera.
I was going to say, it almost looks like you can take photos.
Almost. I mean, not quite, because it's still a little bit blurry. But
that's pretty stunning, actually. I mean, the colour difference between the brush there compared to the close-up is insane.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad I've got one fan. If anyone else wants to write in and congratulate me on my put something in the comments. I mean,
this looks like a photo from one of those really bad magazines that people read that has adverts for makeup.
Yes, yeah.
So if anyone wants to hire Stuart to do some photography,
absolutely, I can freelance with my probably 12-year-old camera and dicky tripod. But anyone wants to reach out to me and do some freelance work for them, absolutely. So should we kick off then? So that's the reveal.
On with the dramas.
On with. That's last week's. We're kind of touching on it. We're going over old ground. So let's pick up a new one.
Yep.
And here we go. Transition. Wow. Nice little fade. We should probably, because you guys won't be seeing this live at the moment, the transitions we have between these are quite spectacular, aren't they? We should probably do that in the YouTube.
I think I did crossfades in the first one. So what was that one? I missed that.
It was kind of pixelated. It was kind of like a 98 movie maker.
We can do that.
Yeah, we should definitely do that.
We'll put some sound effects on.
Yeah.
Stardust or something.
Something good.
Well, from the off, I mean, that looks like lizard skin.
Does it?
It's got the kind of scaly. I mean, shedded snake skin.
It
something
does look
that.
like skin. I'll give you that. It does look like dry skin, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But what about the black elements of it that you can see though? What do you think of that?
That, I mean, again, I'm thinking just the patterns on a snake skin.
Okay.
But I don't think you have a snake.
not that I know
Unless
of.
you found a rattlesnake. I mean, green. There's a lot of green there, obviously. Green and black. I mean, I'm guessing it was from your kitchen.
No, this one was from the living room, actually.
Oh, from the living room.
Yeah.
That changes everything.
Just to mix things up a bit. No, it's from the living room, this. If it helps, it's about 20 years old.
20 years old?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, there's a good story behind
1998. So that would have been the year, I think, the Matthew Broderick Godzilla came out.
It's completely unrelated to that film, but maybe that's a movie trivia.
20 years old.
Yeah, about that.
It's not a plant, a leaf or something like that, is it?
It's not, no.
I feel like the green is deceiving, and it's not, because I mean there's whitey green. It's kind of
that's bad lighting, really.
If
we put that down to poor photography, really, as with most of these shots, really.
Okay. So was this one of the first ones you did?
Yeah, this was one of the earlier ones I did. I mean, you're quite close with the skin, actually, so you should probably carry on with that.
So wallpaper, paint.
What? Wallpaper skin? Who has skin on their wallpaper?
Well, I was thinking of stuff you peel off.
No. Stick with the skin theme.
Nail varnish?
No, skin.
I'm thinking of the body.
What
skin?
Yeah, but what? Not my own.
Oh, is it like a t-shirt?
Oh, no. Do I need to give better clues? Skin. What's the most probably common?
Soap.
No, the most if from an animal that we skin quite regularly and use for
I don't
thousands
skin
of
any
things.
animals.
Well, I don't either, but as a consumer, we use it, don't we? What's a really common skin product?
Apple skin.
Fuck me. Leather.
Oh, leather.
Jeez.
What do you mean leather? Well,
Skin. The skin of a cow.
Can you? Well, so this is leather.
Yes.
From what?
Oh, I'm just going to reveal. Here we go. Prepare yourself. Oh, that is a nice
That's
transition.
not even green.
It's green. It's closer.
That's yellow.
That's from the Lake District. I bought that.
Skin.
I was on a school trip.
How was I supposed to get that?
Well, you probably wouldn't.
Oh, you're on a... Sorry, you're back to the important bit. You're on a school trip in the Lake District?
I was on a school trip in the Lake District, yeah. This was actually brought from the Kendal Paper Mill Factory, which is a super great day out.
Shout out to them.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a brilliant day out. It really is. And we were staying there overnight, and we went back to our dorm room. We were playing with this ball, and my friend threw the ball really hard, and it hit me right in the eye. Never forget it. Gave me a bit of a black eye.
Yeah, you got a black eye.
A little one.
We should have done a close up of that. That'd have been good.
Well, it was about 20 years ago. We weren't doing scaled up or scaled down back then.
So, how long? I mean, where have you kept that ball? Has that always been on show? Have you just dug it out 10 years ago?
No, it's just been just randomly around the house, here and there. I it's just like a stress relief ball. I just play with it every now and again.
Does it have a name?
The Lake District National Park ball.
Well, yeah. I mean that I think the colour threw me off, to be honest.
Should we do another one?
Yes.
Go on then. Because if that one was...
green again.
Green again.
It looks like a butthole.
Yeah, a little bit. It's not. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you will not get what this is. And it's, to be honest, it's probably a little bit too cryptic. But, hey, it was in the kitchen, as with most things. And I took a shot and I thought, hey, that looks quite cool.
I mean, so I like the swirly effect. It looks plasticky.
Yeah,
you can see the sheen on it.
Yeah, it is plastic.
Yeah,
almost looks like a Campino sweet.
Campino, yeah. I haven't had one of them in ages. Do you remember those sweets, hydrating sweets? Half of it was white and the other half was green, I think.
No, I don't. But that is kind of like a Campino, but they were white and red.
Yeah,
or creamy. It's not a Campino.
Is the whole a distinct thing, or is that in everything, or is that just a one-off?
No, there's just the one hole on this. It's just the one bumhole-esque hole.
But in this particular product, if you bought this or found this again, would that hole be exactly the same?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just to make matters worse for this one, really, for you to try and guess it, this particular thing changes colour depending on the heat.
Oh,
So
wow.
when I took it, this shot, it was green, but in the reveal, it might look slightly different.
So kind of like a lizard,
Kind
a
of.
chameleon.
Kind of. Do you think it's a chameleon? Wow, have we actually just guessed the first one? Because I mean, I'm sorry to jump on it, but you're right. It is actually a toy chameleon.
Oh my god. I was thinking he's going to ridicule me for saying that, but it actually is. So what? That's a plastic chameleon which changes temperature with changes colour with the temperature.
Yeah, it came out of a Kinder Egg.
How does that work? How does it do that?
I don't know. It must be some sort of coating in the paint, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a real chameleon. Only I don't know if they do it on heat. They're sort of camouflaged, aren't they?
How many colours does it change?
Just two: green when cold, yellow when hot. So by this point, I've been fiddling around for ages with it, and it was yellow.
That's pretty cool.
Heating my hands.
I'm a big fan of that.
Great, thank you. Well, good.
So we've had a couple of toys so far.
We have possibly. Oh, I can't remember what we got next. What's this one? Oh yeah.
Orange.
No, but it is. You're close. You are close. But this is a bit of a tricky one for you, really, because it is. It's an object. It's a replica of an object, if that makes sense. But it isn't what you think it is. That is not a good clue. That has not helped.
It's a replica of an object. It isn't what you think it is.
yeah. But I mean, what do you think? Think of the colours is quite important in this one. Really, will be your biggest help, I think.
Well, I mean, it's orange plastic. It's got a shine on it.
Exactly.
And there's some little crevices in it.
Yeah. So what are you thinking?
Crevices.
The texture is important, really. As the colour is probably your biggest clue. I think you'll get
An
with
orange,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not an orange, but.
So, I mean, what was the thought process behind picking this item?
It was small and it would fit in that really tiny little box that we've got to take pictures.
which I have a box now as well.
Yeah, I made you one. It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Mark II.
Mark II, yeah.
Mark
so
II.
hopefully, this week it will serve a purpose.
Maybe we should actually show our thousands and thousands of listeners,
yes.
of which soon there might be even millions. We should probably flash up the pretty professional setup.
It might start a craze.
It might.
And then we can paint into it.
I mean, I can sell them. Really, it's just a few. It's just a bit of duct tape in a cardboard box, really. But if anyone's interested, I'll give you the instructions.
We'll make a tutorial.
We should, yeah, in the link below.
Subscribe and listen. So on the theme of this was in your kitchen again.
Yeah. No, this one was in the living room actually.
Oh, again. Yeah. Okay. So.
I haven't branched any further out than my house. It's still just what objects can I find.
I mean, eventually you'll be going into B&M. And,
I might do, yeah.
Just buying loads of shit.
What can I get for a tenner?
Or you'll take your cardboard box into B&M.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, you said it's replicas. Is it just a replica orange, a plastic orange?
Really close. I kind of. Well, it's not an orange, but you're so close.
Oh, it's a carrot.
It's a carrot. It's a carrot.
Again,
yeah.
Loving the picture.
It's a toy carrot.
It almost looks like something else.
It does almost look like a dildo, doesn't it? If it is not.
Just without the testicles.
It's a carrot, and it makes it look like that. It's actually really big, but in reality, it's like the size of a finger.
Yeah, you can really see the definition when you're scaled in.
What, of a dildo or the carrot?
No,
the carrot. Oh.
The carrot. Scaled in or out, up or down.
Up or down. Who knows? But yeah, that's a carrot.
Okay, so you're delving into the toys this week.
Yeah, it's, what are the kids playing with? What can I find? What's easy? What's just about the house? This one, if it helps though, I did actually go outside and into my garage to get this one.
So two things spring to mind.
Okay.
Star Trek.
Why? What makes you go there?
Just the sort of green light in the...
Well, like the Borg, are you thinking of?
Yeah, just some sort of laser beam.
Okay.
And then the second one is something which I've just forgotten.
Okay, well, that's great.
What was it? It was something good. Oh, well... Oh, on the old Windows screensavers,
yeah,
you have those funky
like
images
colours.
Which come up and then go away. One of those. So it's a screensaver.
Well, you can use it as a screensaver if you want, but we could use all of these as a pretty epic screensaver.
I mean, you can see the threads, green threads.
You can.
There's a bit of grey and out of the light, so whether that's something to bear in mind.
And you can see the black in there as well, also.
Yeah. The really big, thick streak of green across the top, is that just a reflection, or is that...
I think, to be honest, if I'm being really honest, that's just what's in focus. So it doesn't, the actual object, it doesn't have a really straight line sticking out across the top of it. That's just what's blurry versus what's not so blurry.
So you've actually managed to get the blurry part in focus.
Yeah.
So we've got blur in focus.
Yes. Yeah, that's pretty much what we've got. So you've got, that's what you're looking at.
Well, if I was to guess, I'd say it's some form of AstroTurf grass.
So it's not AstroTurf, but you're on the right sort of vein.
So, tennis ball.
Tennis ball.
Okay, well, this actually makes sense. Because it's kind of that same sort of texture, isn't it?
It is. It's sort of that yellowy, greeny colour, lots of little random strands, bit of black. And I suppose if you looked at it really closely, it would also be quite blurry, which is...
What is that made from? The fuzzy green or yellow?
I have no idea. I don't know. Plastic, maybe?
Plastic, synthetic plastic.
It's got to be, isn't it? It doesn't look like it's any natural sort of object.
Okay, well, that's actually quite topical, because obviously Andy Murray, on the verge of retirement.
He is. Yeah. What do you make of that? Any thoughts? Any opinion?
No.
I won't miss him.
I don't.
I won't miss him.
I mean, he's no Federer, is he?
He really is just a bit of a personality vortex, isn't he?
Vortex.
He is. I mean, he just sort of sucks the life out of any...
Kind of like the Borg.
Yeah, kind of like them, really. He doesn't do it for me in any way, really.
No, I mean, when he wins Wimbledon, it's like everyone pretends to like tennis.
Yeah. Not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. Okay, so the next one, here we go. What do you make of this?
Wow.
Quite a striking shot, isn't it?
Again, Windows screensaver.
It does look like that. It almost looks like it could be something in an aquarium, doesn't it? That sort of bluey.
Those little micro coral
It's not.
things.
I mean, it has nothing to do with fish, really.
No.
But it does look like that.
So would you just describe it to the listeners?
So it looks almost like blue coral, I would say. Strands sort of sticking out of a very large, shiny, silvery... almost looks like a ring, doesn't it? Sticking out of the front of it.
Yeah, like a metallic.
Yes. So some sort of shiny, circular, metallic-y bit with some blue coral-esque looking fibres coming out of it.
Yeah, if this was on a Attenborough documentary, you'd be amazed by that. It would be crisper on a documentary.
It would. Do you think he would have described it as I did as well? Some sort of with a bit of and a bit of that. Do you think he'd have been a bit more eloquent in what he was saying?
It would have been the strands are there to pick up the light.
Very good, very good. You should do voiceovers.
So, well, the thing that is speaking to me is the really thick metallic-looking ring at the front.
Yeah.
And then there's a big loop on the outside, almost like a brace around it.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's a good.
And then the blue is like a brush, like plasticky, synthetic material.
Okay, keep going deeper.
The thing that's confusing me is the metal rings.
Well, interestingly, they are not actually metal. That is just the way that the light has chosen to pick up some of those blue strands. So the metallic rings. I assume you're referring to what's around the edge, the very far edges. No, that is just that is actually blue, but it's just the way that the light has picked it up.
What about the thick bits?
Yes, that is metal.
Okay, and it's going in and out. It's going through it.
Correct. Yes, in and out.
It almost looks like a brush, or
it is a brush.
Oh, it's a brush.
It is absolutely a brush.
So that is one of those things. A sink cleaner.
A bottle brush.
Bottle brush.
A bottle brush. Yeah, twisty little bottle brush.
What? So you're cleaning bottles?
Yes. Yeah, that's what you tend to do with a bottle brush. Yeah.
But why?
Well, so our bottles are clean.
Which bottles?
Well, the drinking bottles.
What, plastic ones or
plastic, metal, glass, stone?
What's the kind of price on these?
Well, I don't know. It came with a bottle.
Oh, it came with a bottle.
Yeah, it's a bottle. I bought a bottle, and included within.
That is very, very high tech.
Is it? It's quite a market. So
you don't just put water and shake it and.
Well, sometimes I do.
Yeah.
It depends what was in it before. If it's just water, then yeah, maybe. But if for any reason I've gone up market and put a little bit of squash in there, I might want to get rid of that.
Is there an element of satisfaction when you're washing the bottle?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you get that with all cleaning, though, don't you? I mean, you hate the process of it, but at the end result, you look at it and you think, Christ, that looks great. What a satisfying result.
And then what do you do with that brush?
Well, I clean it.
So you have a cleaning product for the brush, which cleans something.
Well, it's just hot soapy water. I mean, you just put it in with the dishes, don't you? Probably you put that in before, so you don't get all the bits.
You
of
have a bottle cleaning brush for a bottle cleaning brush.
What? I don't have a brush to clean my bottle brush. No, I mean I just use the sponge that's in the sink.
Sponge.
Maybe I should take a photo of a sponge.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that next?
Yeah, maybe. Well, it's not in this one, no, but maybe week 3. You might see that.
Again, very, very nice photo.
Thank you. It's quite blurry at the end. I think I probably need a new camera, really, if we're being honest here. But
well, yeah, I mean, we can go into that a bit whilst you get the next picture up. Obviously, we played around with your camera body and lens.
We did.
And my camera body and lens, and we figured out that my lens and my body came out on top.
Your body, yeah. I mean, well, we're not comparing apples with apples, though, are we? I mean, you've got some pretty high-end kit versus something I bought probably from Argos back in 12 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, I think
PC World, actually, if I'm being honest, it probably wasn't Argos.
The Canon that I have is a bit newer than your Canon, the lens as well. The Sony is obviously a lot newer. But we're going to stick with the Canons for the photos and try and get a consistent base.
Yeah, I mean, to some respect, the blurriness adds something, doesn't it? I mean, if these were all crystal clear, this would probably be quite boring. People would be looking at it saying, wow, what great photos these all are. But the matter of fact, they're not. They're not great photos at all, really. They're sort of blurry messes of something and us rambling over it.
This one, though,
yeah,
this is probably one of your better ones, actually.
Is it? I think it's a compliment.
I think what you say, actually, the blurriness adds an element of mystery, so we shouldn't look down on that.
No, and it's totally intended. I mean, we don't spend hours with these photos just trying to get a sharp one, just for the fun of it,
But this particular image is, I'm loving the little black sort of mud spots on it, or it could even be dirt. Well, it's the same thing, isn't it?
Mud dirt.
I was thinking more grease from like a car where you've got that dirty oil. That's what I'm thinking of.
So greasy, dirty, muddy oil.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'd go with that.
And I mean, it's kind of pulling away like a cheese string. That would be a good one to take a photo of.
Cheese string? I haven't had a cheese string in years. Well, we should bring fruit.
Oh my god, we should do a cheese episode.
Cheese, I do.
Which cheese is that?
Stilton would be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh, and I'm thinking of all themed ones. Pancake Day, we could do pancake topping ones.
We could, but I'd probably just be inclined to eat them, though.
We could eat them on the show.
Yeah, but then what if you did an ice cream one, for example? If you did an ice cream on top of a pancake, which is probably the best combo.
Yeah.
But your pancake's got to be hot, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well,
how are you going to get that shot before I've eaten it?
Well, that again, we take a close up of your mouth.
Yeah, maybe.
Or tonsil.
Tonsil. Okay, that sounds a bit gross.
If this was under a microscope in a lab, I would be concerned about whoever's body this came from.
Would you?
Like a tapeworm or something like that.
Do you think it looks sort of like a worm?
It looks scary.
Do you think?
In a sense, if it came from a human body. You'd be concerned if that came from
I would be concerned if any of these things had come from a human body. I mean, it looks... how would we describe it? So you've called it the black sort of... Almost look like peppercorns, I would probably say.
Yeah, you sprinkled it with pepper. That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. I absolutely didn't.
I mean, it looks like pasta, penne pasta, spaghetti.
Penne pasta. We did that one. We did that one, didn't we?
Well, no, you did the.
Fruisely. Is it
Fusely.
fruisely? Fusely or fruisely. Someone will correct us. One of our many listeners will let us know. I'm sure. But yeah, it kind of looks like peppercorns sprinkled over. I don't know, some sort of hair.
Excuse the pun, but it almost looks a bit ropey.
I think you might know what it is, mightn't you?
Yeah.
So, well, yeah. You are absolutely right. It is it's a shot of some rope that I had laying around the garage. Like with many of these things, it is just literally what can I find around the house. And this was an offcut actually from something that I made.
And what a piece of rope that is! I mean, that if I was on a movie set, that looks like a prop. That does not look like a piece of rope that's laying around. It looks like a prop which has gone back in the prop cupboard and is only ever used on one shoot. ever.
Well, it's never been used for anything.
They tied Captain Jack Sparrow's hands with that piece of rope.
So it's a real natural bit of rope.
Yeah,
as well.
look at that.
Really
what do you use that for?
Well, that bit's just an offcut that I haven't found a use for yet. But the bit that it came from, I used for some handles for a toy box I made. So I made a wooden toy box and then some rope handles.
You got all the toys from this episode.
Some of which actually did come from that box. Yeah. Okay. And I'm sure in future weeks there'll be what else can we find in Stuart's toy box? What else?
Stuart's box scaled up.
Exactly. What crap can I find laying around the house that I can take some pictures of? But we definitely should do a cheese one. I think you stumbled on something there.
Yeah, we'll do theme ones. I mean, listeners, type away.
Absolutely.
Tell us what you want. I mean,
what do you want?
A toilet paper one. Which brand looks different?
Do you know? I went to the shop the other day, and I was being jovial as I was walking around, and I contemplated buying some beige toilet roll, and I thought, who buys coloured toilet roll?
Yeah.
These days, I mean. It's such a retro thing to do, isn't it? They still had beige ones. They had green, sort of minty coloured. Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what.
Why do you need coloured bog roll?
Is it because some people like it to match the walls in their toilet?
But that would look weird. You might be fumbling around for it.
Have you ever seen black toilet paper?
I've seen it online. I've never actually bought it.
I've seen it once and used it once.
How did you feel about it?
So weird.
Really?
Because it's black and
you can't see, surely.
I mean, obviously, your
poo.
Poo. I mean,
just
what's the medical term for poo?
Feces.
Feces. Your feces.
Your fecal matter.
It's brown, so you still see it, but it's so much better on white.
Mine's not. Mine's sort of like a reddish black.
Is it? It's got little pine nuts in it.
Sometimes, maybe if I'm eating nuts, but anyway, sorry, that's just a glimpse into my life as I was doing the shopping.
I thought you were going to say you were jovial around the shop,
Always.
looking at items that you could take photos of.
No, I wasn't. I was just doing the weekly shop and just happened to be needing some bog roll. And I thought, as I just said, who the hell buys coloured toilet roll?
Well, why don't we sort of every special episode, so 10, 25, 50, we do a themed one.
Do you think we'll make it to 50 episodes?
Oh god, yeah.
Right.
I mean, if one of us dies, make sure we'll do a close-up from the funeral.
Okay, yeah. That'll be a morbid episode.
Just be over the carcass.
Yeah, zoomed in. His death zoomed in.
So have we got anything next?
No, that was the last one. That was the last ones that we've shot onto. So end of episode 2 that we've taken.
Well, just before we end, why don't we get another one up? But we won't reveal it till next episode.
Okay.
So this is one for the viewers and listeners.
Okay, yeah. What a great idea. So while we Fanny is probably the technical term with our
the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room. Let me avert your eyes from the media in front of you. So I'm gonna. What should we start with?
Do
Shall I do an easy one or just quite complicated?
Yeah, do a complicated because it will cause more of a discussion. Hopefully.
Okay. I'm going to go for one which I really like the picture. I'm very pleased with it. So there we go.
Wow. I mean, this is very good.
It's very blurry again, but there's a small element of it that's in
Heineken.
Focus. It does look like
it looks like Heineken.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
but remember, we're not supposed to be guessing.
No, but I'll describe it.
Go on then. So you're right. It does look like Heineken green. It almost looks like it could be a Heineken logo. You've got what's the numbers 1789.
1789, I'm guessing.
Well, maybe, or it could be a serial number for something else. Who knows? It could be a date. It could be more. You can't see any of them. So you've got the green.
It's like a logo, basically.
It's a logo.
It's kind of like a stamped down circle, but it's one of those ones which has the waves on the outside. So like a sun, but it's green. Yeah.
You've got the sort of creamy coloured stuff. It almost looks like bread.
Yeah. It looks like what's that? Oh, parchment paper.
Parchment.
What's that old paper called?
Parchment.
Parchment.
What was last week's? It was nugget, wasn't it? No, nougat. Oh, God knows.
Nougat. Yeah. Yeah, it got a bit of stick for that, but that's all good. Take it all in good spirit.
Well, as it's meant.
And then it looks like you've used a quill to.
Yeah, I did. I went and plucked the peacock that lives in the back garden
to write. It looks like a giant O and a something. No, it's a boat. It looks like a sailing boat, but that's all I'm going to give you.
Okay.
So yeah, type away, send your comments in, write letters, anything.
Carrier pigeon, whatever floats your boat, smoke signal.
So let
us know.
That's the elephant in the room.
Elephant in the room. Thank you, and we will see you in 1 week's time.
Thanks for listening to Scaled Up or
Down.
Episode 2. We loved having you, and we hope we did have you.
We hope we did have you. I mean, our viewer numbers must be just stratospheric by now. But do let us know if anyone is out there. If you're just sitting in a cave in Kathmandu listening to this, or if you're in an apartment in New York, who knows? Who knows the reach of our global podcast? But do let us know your thoughts, comments, anything you'd like more or less of, or if you just want us to stop, let us know.
Yeah, please.
Please.